Hey friends, welcome back. This week I want to talk about a common fear, which is other people's opinions, and how those fears may be holding you back. Working on your mindset around this is the exact work I do with people one-on-one. It's really understanding how your thoughts are impacting the results you're getting in your career. I want to talk about how you think and feel about this topic of other people's opinions. And I'm going to call it OPO. And for any rap fans out there, OPO may be reminiscent of the song by Naughty by Nature, which was the official title was Other People's Property, but I'm going to take some creative license here and call it OPO, Other People's Opinions. We're so often conscious or nervous when we think about OPO. We let it impact our careers. We hold ourselves back. We worry what other people might say. And we stay small. We may people please. We may go out of our way to make sure that people like us. We tend to exhaust ourselves trying to manage and micromanage and control everyone's opinion about our performance, the work we're doing, the campaign, what we said. We only want positive feedback. And we tend to shrink. We don't want others to see us if they're going to judge us. Certainly don't want to be ostracized. We want to play safe. And we know that after all, it's the gazelles on the outside of the pack that get eaten. So why does this happen to so many people? Well, according to shame expert Brené Brown, she writes in her book, The Gifts of Imperfection, that healthy striving is self-focused. How can I improve? Whereas perfectionism is other-focused. What will they think? Oof, can you feel that? All of this makes sense to me. So many of us are worried about social disapproval, and that worry can spread from our workplace performance to our networking connections and eventually to our wallet. Our fear of OPO bounces between rational and irrational and can quickly become unproductive. It can even get obsessive. So often we are triggered because we believe that there is truth in what someone else is saying. And it could be a big doubt or a little doubt. But if we have that doubt about ourselves and someone says something or we think we know what they're thinking, that's where the trigger comes from. And what I know for certain is that if you say things about me that I don't believe, I'm going to either scoff or I'm going to laugh it off because I'm going to think it's ridiculous. And back in the day, before I started learning about mindset, if you hit on a sensitive topic, something that I was aware of yet working on, it was going to be much harder for me to brush it off. And I was going to feel triggered and then act from a place of being triggered. And guess what I create? Pretty crappy results. And I'm also probably going to want to fix it. And then I'm going to people please and go out of my way to make sure that you still like me. And then I was just like freaking weird. And you knew it and I knew it and it was all graspy and weird. We all get triggered because we believe what is being said. And that's okay because we're all works in progress working on our own messiness. But when you think about what other people might say, I want you to really think about, well, who are these other people? And when you begin chewing on that thought, what will other people think? I want you to get specific. Who are you actually thinking about? And for years, when I would slip into this thinking, I would often think of a woman from my early days of working at Atlantic Records. I assure you, this woman has not thought of me in years. She probably didn't even think of me when I worked for her. But I would allow her to live rent-free in my head. Everything I did or thought about what she would be thinking as the reference point. And it's so funny that we do this to ourselves. But you know what? I guarantee you that someone at some point has wondered and worried about what you think about them. And we're all just living one big circular reference. So when you really think about their opinion, what are your thoughts? I want you to pause and think here. And then I want you to ask yourself if it's true. Can you prove it to be true? What is the exact evidence that proves it to be true? And then I want you to name them. Who are they? Name the names. Who are these boogeymen and women in your life? Think. Make a list of all the opinions and the things that they might say about this given topic that you're ruminating on. Get it down. Now let me ask you, can you answer all of those opinions? Can you control them all? Or do you find yourself grasping for words? Do you even want to control them all? Like, doesn't it feel exhausting to think that you can manage or control something that is completely uncontrollable? And then next I would say is, do you want to live their lives? This is not an exercise in taking them down or criticizing them. It's simply about getting curious. Are they a role model to you? Does their opinion really matter to you? And when you question what will other people think, I want you to come up with a list, and like a very small list, maybe 3 people of whose opinion you will actually take feedback from. This doesn't mean you don't love and respect the others. It just means you're not taking opinions from them. If they are not in the arena, marred by the dust and sweat and blood, they don't get an opinion. And that is a riff off the Teddy Roosevelt quote. And what I've learned is that most people really don't care what you're doing. Everyone has their own insecurities. And if they really do care what you're doing, and they're not your mother, their thought lasts about 60 seconds before they go back to focusing on themselves. Most of us are the reference point for our entire story. We are the center of our own narrative. It's sort of like, okay, enough now, back to me. When we pay attention to our strengths, our values, our skills, experiences, and beliefs, this is what makes up our identity. This is the foundation we can build upon. And when we have this clarity, we are going to be much more willing to push ourselves, tweak our signal to noise ratio, take risks, and listen to our internal knowing so that we can create the lives that we want. And if you don't, you'll begin to take what you think they're thinking about you through a safety filter, and then you'll start to play safe because you'll be afraid of what they might say. We want to control the outcome of what other people think. And when we get squishy in our own identity, we end up surrendering our own viewpoint, our values are violated, and we begin to think we're less qualified. Wanting to be liked or thought of in a good light isn't a bad thing. It can help us create awareness of how others view us, and if we choose to, we have the option to modify our behavior. Unfortunately for some, caring about other people's opinion can send us down a path where we begin to value their opinion more than our own. I am not who I think I am. Are you ready? I am who I think you think I am. And that's another woof. We are wired to connect and be part of a community. We want to be included and accepted. We have a fierce craving for societal approval. Again, evolutionary biology, my friends. If you messed up on the hunt or you didn't get the kill, your existence in the tribe could be threatened. Our fear-based desire to fit in can be paralyzing, and it impacts our lives and our growth. This is why mindset work is so important in all aspects of our lives, but it takes practice. It takes time to peel back the layers of an unmanaged mind. And there's hope, because you get to accomplish a ton with a half-managed mind. Trust me, I know. And when we manage our minds, we have a greater chance of creating a life on our own terms. So the first step is to be the watcher of your mind. See how other people's opinions show up for you. Once you become aware of your thoughts, you can begin to question them. Are they true? Do I know what they're thinking? How do I want to interpret that? And once you're aware of your thoughts, I want you to remember that you can't control what other people think of you. So give others the same mental freedom that you want. Not everyone is going to like you. And hey, you don't like them either. So give them permission to not like you, because it is so freeing. Once you are clear in your thoughts about their words, I want you to find statements that you can begin to believe and build upon. These are confidence-building statements. Start with sentences like, I am, and write like 5 positive statements about yourself. I'm a really good designer. I'm really great at leading my team. These statements help you focus on your skills and abilities rather than others' opinions. You're not going to please everyone. And trust me, the more success you create, the more people will have something to say about it. Let them. So to recap, first, when we worry what other people think, name the people, get clear, expose the boogeyman. And now ask yourself if I really want that boogeyman running my life. 2, get clear on whose opinion you do care about and make sure those people are in the arena with you. Otherwise, love them, but release their opinions. 3, get clear on your own strengths, skills, values, beliefs, and what creates your identity. 4, create confidence-building statements that start with I am. These statements remind us how we want to feel and help us stay focused on the goal. And number 5, remember that you're not going to be able to control other people's opinions and please everyone. And you don't like everyone anyway, and it's okay. All right, my friends, I'll see you next time.